Welcome, this is Crimey Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we are getting excited about love. This is where we get excited about growth, truth, love, integrity, empowerment, and just evolving and just becoming better expressions and versions of who we truly are. It's really getting to understand who we are, our makeup. How can we use words to really help us do and achieve those things? Of course, we have been looking at the word beginning, and beginning is nine in numerical sense. And of course, numerical sense, we can't really disregard that because we are numbers. We are numbers, and of course, I have been doing a lot of my presentations in particular or with particular reference to the King James Version of the Holy Bible. I do this because that has shaped our lives. Many of us have been shaped and have grown in that construct of Christianity or practices or beliefs. And we have got to certain stages too, where we find that those practices and beliefs have seemed to come to a bump, basically. Hence my way of seeing light in numerology. I see light in numerology because it gives me a sense of understanding that I am numbers. And from this story, which I can't change, it has been there for thousands of years, and I'm not even there thinking about changing it, but seeing how I can change my perspective of how I see that story, or how can that my perspective empower me, or how can I be empowered through that story to become a better version of myself? That's the question. And of course, it has been beautiful. So when I see, for instance, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and I saw the first word, which is a two-letter word, is already telling me that the word in, which equals 9, I equals 9, and n equals 5. And when we add these together, we get 14. Now that tells me when we have 14, and the same story tells me that 14 is equals Eve, and when we add 1 and 5 together, it equals 5, or it tells me about Christ being 5 as well, then I can identify with that. I can identify with whether you were born on the fifth month or the fifth day, or you saw a number 5 floating somewhere in the air. You can capture that 5 and think, aha, this is 5. Well, I am now seeing myself as a new creature in Christ. You could do that. Now, it doesn't stop you doing that in any other sense or essence of the stories that we have been taught. But then we can think of these as vibrations, and they have no real other attachments to them, in the sense of knowing that we can look at this 1 4 is 5 and see, oh, well, I am in a certain dimension now. This is where I want to be. I am centered and I am whole and I am feeling safe and secure. Now that makes sense to me. I could also look at the number 9 and think, okay, well, I am ready to birth a new sense of life. I am ready to birth a new sense of creativity. I am feeling energetic. I am feeling whole. I am feeling blessed. So let me see what I am created or with, what makeup constitute the I am that I am, which equals 5 there again. And so with that energy, with that vibration, I can really look and think, okay, I'm ready to create. And this is 9. I am ready to birth a new idea. And then I can go to this beginning, of course, and think, well, how do I want this, my career to look like? What do I want from my home or my family? And so I know I can address those questions with newness, that beginning, knowing that with that beginning, there is the end in the middle. So it's a cycle. And I will know, it's like saying, for instance, I will know when I get there because I have been in a position of 5, the end. This is where you stand. In fact, I'm going to really develop a visualization technique with this word beginning because I can just see it working really miraculously. Beginning, this is where you have gone into the beg position, the begging position, if you like, which also beg, I have done the numerical value for that, equals 14 too. Now, perhaps we could say because we are hinging onto the word sacrifice, we know that there was the element when we say, we learn that Christ was on the cross, for instance, and he said, "Oh God, my Lord, why hast thou forsaken me?" There was like we could say it was like a begging stage. Please release me or take this cup away from me. There were different elements of that. But it's as if the word beginning, because life is a cycle, it is a cycle. And here we are saying it's as if this is where you come into agreement here with the 13 disciples and Christ at the table. There's that bonding stage. Or you could be in a stage where you are saying, how did I get here? Which is what we really do. We say, how did I get there? You stand in that position and you project yourself. Whichever way you are, whether you are there and you decide to project yourself and have this agreement here where you come to this ending there. So I'm going to develop a exercise with that, and perhaps while I have mentioned that, you too can work on the idea, or if you want to share with me, why not? I'd be happy to do so. Okay, so here we are with this word. It's really saying that when God says, I am the beginning and the ending, the beginning and the end, this is all here in that word. Because the word end, of course, it fit the G were to turn upside down, that would be a D, and we could find the word end here. We could find the word begin here. And it's in, begin in. Okay, so let's not get too much into the technical aspect of it, but you get my meaning, or like they would say, you get my drift. Okay, so we have been looking at that word, and let's just look at source. Source. Now, I had done this before. I was looking at the word breathe because breathe had so much with it, and I felt there was not a need to even do another presentation. But of course, if there is breath, we need to know that there's a relation with the source or breath. So this is 1, 6, 3, 9, 3, 5. Now these are the numbers that really excite me very much, because why does it excite me? It correlates with that 369 that we have had in our presentations. But the other beautiful thing about it, it's really reminding us this is not just one. This is our source. It's our source. It says so much. It says it's like the S is that showing that flexibility of flow of how the breath goes within us. And the O, of course, another representation as if the O has broken up. It's like that cycle. There's two things saying to us. There's a sense of wholeness, and there's a sense of where you become active in the middle here, of course. And R, which equals 9, C, yes, look before eyes, and E. And it's as if Mother Eve signature right here. Okay, so that is source. And when we add this together, of course, this is 18 and 9. So 3 nines, 27. Okay, I add like this. So 2 plus 7 is 9. That's the source. Just like the word breathed. Okay, so Again, we see when we speak of the source of something, or the source of breath, or the source that of something with the derivative stage of something, we are speaking of the beginning of it. Isn't that what we do? Where does it derive from? Where is the meaning, the source of that thing? It's nine. So then that helps to support that beginning. We can see that numerology is really offering us another way of seeing the world. Maybe, maybe if we have been viewing our world in a certain direction and we have come to a bump, so to speak, maybe we ought to now look from another direction. It is the same things we are looking, but we are not able to make much sense of it because of the obstacles that we have put in the way, or the angle we are looking at those things from. So we are trying another way. We are looking with fresh eyes. Number nine. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you. I really do appreciate you taking the time to engage in this, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, and in any way, whether it's just entertaining or entertainment or enlightenment or whatever way, click the like button and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualizing self-full love. Stay blessed, stay bright, be a field, because we are planting new seeds, and stay ignited. Namaste. And spill over with love.